Alaikum. Good morning. Well, Dr. Rashid said we need to take care of ourselves first, so I couldn't come here without my water. And he also took the icebreaker that I had prepared, which is to ask everyone thinking about one word of what they would like to achieve today. So I couldn't be happier to be on this stage. I came here as a guest 5 years ago when I was still at the corporate, working my way up the ladder before I made the shift in my career. And I thought, that's such an inspiring stage. It'll be good to one day be on that side of the audience. And here I am today, so thank you for the invite. So looking for a new icebreaker, I received a message from the youngest team member in my team who just sent me a quote that said, leadership, when you become a leader, success becomes all about growing others. And she said, and this is totally you. So that made my day, a great acknowledgement and a new definition of leadership since we are here to speak about leadership. I couldn't also be happier to see a speaker about brands and then Dr. Dina talking indirectly about the brand of my consultancy, Sustained Leadership. So it was being repeated and repeated. Maybe you should send me an invoice. Exactly. Thank you so much. Talking about a journey. So today we'll talk about leading in a VUCA world. I like to call myself a transformation strategist. And for that, I want to ask a question to the audience. What do you think is the difference between change and transformation? Everyone spoke about transformation. So can anybody venture and tell me what they think is a difference between change or managing change, leading change, and leading transformation? Any brave voices in the audience? You can try. Yes, please.
I guess the change is more towards uncertainty, but transformation, you kind of know the direction you're going to.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Can we take another one? Yes, please.
Change is something that need not be permanent.
Okay, great, thank you. The way I like to think about it is that when we manage change, we think about making things better, faster. It's all the ER that we add to the objectives. So we start from the current stage, and then we try to make it better. Transformation, we think about a vision. We start from a vision that we want to achieve. We forget about the present. We have that vision. We know that desired state that we want to reach, and from there we start working our way up to that. And that's the best example I have for that is that a butterfly is not a better caterpillar. It's completely something new. So that's how I like to think about transformation. And today, it's going to be all about transformation. So this is me. Since we talk about a journey, I had quite interesting journey. I'm blessed to have lived in 3 great cities. I was born in Casablanca, Morocco, and then I went to New York to finish my studies and start my career, and since 12 years, I'm in Dubai. This makes the simplest question of where you're from very complex. We are talking about complexity. So there are many people like me that when you ask them where you're from, they pause and have to say, well, basically, I was born here, I studied there, because what makes us who we are is really the environment where we gather our values, where we learn our education system, where we have grown through the people that we interact with. So this is the world we're living today. Even a simple question of where you're from can become complex to us as leaders, and that could affect the way where we think about talent. If we want to hire someone and we just think about where they're from or which passport they hold, we can be missing on a lot of potential. So I come with 18 years of experience in the corporate. I worked in finance, Islamic finance, insurance, franchise development, and retail. I worked in government, and that's where the shift happened. I had the privilege to be part of the team at the foundation of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum from 2007 to 2010. And I was handling programs of entrepreneurship and innovation across the Arab world, and that's exactly where the shift happened. And I said, I've been noticing that across my career, that we don't build businesses. We actually build people, and then the people build the businesses, and that has become my tagline. So I shifted to co-founding and managing sustained leadership, which, by the way, always causes me a problem, because when people hear sustain, they think about green. I don't know why. Sustain is a word in English that means continuous. So when you want to sustain leadership means we need to build sustainable human capital in the Arab world. We need to build generations that can create value, who stop importing, who can move us towards that knowledge-based economy that we all need. And that's what I strive to achieve, and that's how I thrive in the career that I chose for myself since the past 4 years. So today, I'm a converted corporate manager, or after senior managerial positions, to a consultant who works with change, innovation, leadership, focusing on these audiences, female talent, business leaders, startups, and youth, with one purpose, is to drive positive impact in business and in society. And that's through the company Sustain Leadership, which has chosen for a tagline as co-creating the future, because we are all interconnected. So what is this VUCA? Have anybody heard about this acronym? By show of hands. VUCA. How many? Great. Okay, not too many. So VUCA is an acronym that was used by the military in the US to define the kind of environment that the military had to deal with after the end of the Cold War, when the fall of the USSR happened. And it stands for volatility, uncertainty, which Dr. Rashid has talked a lot about. So I tend to think that great minds think alike. So I was happy to see him touching into a lot of stuff that I'm going to be talking about. So V for volatility, which means that we live in an environment where change is happening constantly. I mean, change has been always happening, but it's the speed, it's the pace, it's the scope of change that is happening today that is exponential and has unprecedented level. Uncertainty, we live in an uncertain world, as Dr. Rashid has really covered very well. We can't predict what's going to happen. Complexity, everything is interconnected, multitude of forces influencing each other. And ambiguity, it's very hard to have clarity on the next move and to see the big picture.